Hey everyone. So today I received an email in the morning and the email wanted me to kind of like talk about this. So I am taking this opportunity to make a YouTube video about it because I think this topic resonates with a lot of people. And now I asked ChatGPT to paraphrase this email so that it doesn't reveal the writing style of the person who wrote it. Okay, so hi Billy. I've been grappling with a personal challenge since my younger days, and I was hoping to get your perspective on it. I tend to be highly competitive, and admittedly, I don't take losing well. In gaming terms, I easily become tilted. The issue has been surfacing quite a bit lately, even now at 28. It's something I'm eager to improve on, but I'm at a loss for where to begin. The common advice I receive is to remind myself it's just a game, but that sentiment doesn't seem to resonate with me as it should. My usual response is, but it's a game. I intend to win. Well, it's a game I intend to win. So, just recently I was in a two-on-two basketball game with some friends. There was this one match where my partner was noticeably tired and not fully in it to win it. While I'm decent at basketball, I have my limitations too. Plus, we were up against some rough play from the opposing team, making it both a physical and mental battle. At one point, a hit sent my glasses flying off my face. We ended up losing, and the frustration was palpable for me. It felt like I could have easily, it felt like I could have clinched the game for us if I had just a bit more energy. It took me a good half hour to simmer down, though I wasn't lashing out at anyone, more so just by airing my frustration. I'd really like to move past this tendency as it hampers my enjoyment of competitive games with friends. So, let's talk about this. Um, Number one, these types of behaviors, right? Whether it be like your relationship with competition, whether it be your relationship with losing, you have to understand that in every thing that you're experiencing, there is a reason for it. So now I'm not talking about some like you know grander purpose thing, right? Oh, there's a greater purpose behind this. That could be true in certain contexts in some cases. But now, what I am saying is, for you, they're inside, not just here, because in here, in your brain, in your cognition, you're aware that this is causing a lot of problems for you. It's not all good, right? But in here, something is really, 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 I don't think it even is like about the winning. Something in here, it's not that this wants to win so much, that's separate. I think inside of here, what is really happening is it can't lose because there are really, really negative consequences for losing. So, if I were talking to you right now in person, then I would ask you, so you lose, right? But like, then it's a familiar feeling that you're going to be feeling. Now, you could take this to the cognitive level, right? So I could ask you, so what does it mean to lose? What does it mean to be not good at something? What does it mean to be seen as a loser? Someone who doesn't win. What consequence did that have in your early life? Like, were you punished for not winning? Was there someone who was more celebrated than you because they won, and in relative terms, it made you feel really bad? Were you really not noticed when you were winning? Or were you really neglected when you were losing? And things like that. Those are in the cognition level. We could talk a little bit about that. But more than that, I want you to think a little bit about, in terms of the feeling. When you lose, you didn't, well, literally say this, but frustration is palpable for you, right? Which means it's a familiar feeling. You're able to identify it, that this distinct strand of frustration, and you're able to distinguish it from other types of frustration. So when you take that feeling and ask yourself, when did I feel this before? It's usually an experience that hasn't been fully digested, and it usually happens in childhood because you have the body to kind of contain the feeling, but you don't have the rationalization to justify that feeling. So, That's the recommended way I would do it if I were in a session with you. But now, um, just speaking in terms of like Buddhist philosophy, yeah. So you become tilted, right? But why is that such a problem? Like everything is has a flip side to it, right? Because nothing exists in a vacuum. Your high competition, probably your high competitive spirit probably explains why you're decent at something. So the kind of constant strive to be excellent at something is probably innate in your personality, and therefore you can't kind of take the only the goods of something, right? So for example, if I go to Starbucks and I get a cup of coffee, then I need to pay, right? If I get my coffee and I don't pay, I'm a thief, I'm stealing. So there has to be an exchange. Now, you have to identify whether or not it's like, yeah, this actually is a fairly good side to me, but at the same time, it comes with this side effect. And now I can choose to believe that this being tilted is a cost to pay. And as long as I have healthy ways of expressing this frustration, and as long as I understand why I'm frustrated, then now it becomes easier to rationalize. And then when your head and your heart are in one place, it's sort of easy to digest. And now that's the way of kind of like living without changes, right? You accept that part of you, um, all parts of you. You accept the good part of you, which makes you competitive, therefore, which gives you a lot of motivation to do skill development and repetition. Because guess what? A lot of people lack that, right? A lot of people want to try one, two times. If it doesn't work, they want to quit. For you, it's not the case. So it's a resource for you. At the same time, because of that nature, you get tilted. And that's okay. So that's one way of looking at it. Second way is to we were talking about this when Feltri was talking about unmet expectations. Um, you stop viewing losing as losing. So when you're drilling, right? Suppose like you have drills in basketball, right? Now when you fail in a drill, it's frustrating, but you know that it's like what you need exactly in the next step of your development, right? So for example, your like dribble drills are not really going good, but yeah, then if you can't be good at that, how do you expect to play like ball in a real game? You free throws doesn't work for you in practice. Good, which means you gotta work on your free throws so that it works for you during mid game, right? So when you treat like the loss as evidence of for future skill growth areas, then you know what? I think that reframing makes it into like double good. You have the competitive drive, and also you can identify exactly where you need to improve. So now you have two resources. So that's sort of the recommendation that I would give for this scenario. But I understand. Um, Losing can be frustrating, but I also want to really congratulate you because, yeah, you become tilted and you become salty, but at the same time, you don't like lash out. And you know how many people lash out? If you play online games with the chat function, and I think you would understand. So it's not all bad, and those that's my 2 cents around being hyper competitive and being a sore loser. You're not a loser. It's just in the grand scheme of things, it's just an area of skill development that you that can really benefit you because now you get analysis. All right. See you in the next video.